All right, I got Ben Finneseth, Danny Scudero here. Look at you guys, opposite sides of the ball, but you look like you're best friends right now.
Oh, no. Yeah, I barely even like this video.
Sorry to give out that impression.
Yeah, I don't know where you picked up that, but yeah, that's entirely wrong.
Yeah.
So, how have you guys been enjoying Media Day so far? Is there a strange question or the strangest question that you've been asked so far? Maybe besides that one?
What I do in my free time, and I said fishing. They asked me who the best fisherman was. I didn't really have an answer.
No, it's not you?
No, there's not too many good fishermen on the team.
Okay.
A lot of guys that are pretty mediocre,
Wow.
I'd say. A lot of guys that can improve and should look to improve.
Yeah, they asked me who my favorite guy from California was on the team. I said, I don't think we have a guy from California on the team. But if I had to pick one, probably DeAndre Moore.
Wow.
You know, but favorite guy from the Bay Area, probably Drew Molinari.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon. You know, Tom Brady. He's from the Bay, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
San Francisco, right?
Yeah, that's my cousin and stuff. So, but yeah, so that's probably the weirdest question I've been asked so far.
I love it. So
Yeah.
2 weeks in, about 10 days into camp.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Bro.
Yeah, bye, bro.
Goodbye, bro.
Goodbye.
Ben, 10 days into camp, man. Just how's
Yep.
it been kind of getting this team back together and, especially compared to last year, how do you feel about where you guys are at right now?
Oh, 1,000 miles ahead of where we were. You know, obviously we're not where we want to be quite yet.
Sure.
But still in the thick of it, still in the middle of camp. But yeah, feeling so much better than last year. You know, the brotherhood that we have on this team, man, is unbelievable. Like, this is the closest team I've ever been on, and so I'm super grateful for the guys that we brought in and to have crossed paths with them in life and to be able to share tough times good times, tough times, all the times, to be honest.
Yeah.
And getting to go down to Colorado Springs last week was so fun. It doesn't seem fun, and maybe from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, they're staying in dorms and all this.
Yeah.
But at times it wasn't a little fun. But it was not having our phones and all of us sleeping with no AC and fans that barely work, and it was so fun. It felt like summer camp back when we were kids.
Yeah.
So it was super fun, and it's the camp grind, so we're loving it.
So if you ever had to do camp again, is there like one item you'd put on your list that's like a must-have thing for that type of situation that maybe you even didn't know until you got to camp last week?
For the Colorado Springs situation?
Yeah, just like say you have to go back to camp, hopefully in the NFL sometime. Like, what is one thing you have to bring with you that you learned?
That's a good question. We aren't allowed to do it, but sunflower seeds in the meetings.
Sunflower seeds are so goated, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it helps you focus.
Yes.
Like, it really does. Because sometimes, like, you get in there and you're like, you're writing stuff down, and then you look down at your paper and you don't see nothing on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just sitting there writing.
Drawing circles.
Yeah, you're sitting there writing in cursive on accident, But, yeah, so, I'd say sunflower seeds because it just helps you focus, Some of them long meetings, some of them long days when you're low on sleep and, it's 97 degrees outside at practice. So, that's what I'd say, to be honest.
Best sunflower seed flavor. Which one you going
Bacon Ranch by Giants. There's no better flavor. No one will ever convince me otherwise. Bacon Ranch by Giants. If you have some cuts inside of your mouth, would highly recommend not having those, though, because they'll be gutted after. So, yep.
I'm a big fan of the dill pickles myself. The
Dill
spits, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the ones cannot be topped, in my opinion.
Okay. I mean, I'll give you that. Yeah. I just like the.
Does it move you? Not your favorite flavor at all?
I mean, I do like dill pickle. Don't get me wrong. It's just not my favorite flavor.
All right.
I love the Bacon Ranch from Giants.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So if you're watching, Giants, hit me. NIL deal.
Is there a game you're looking forward to the most this year?
Yeah, Oklahoma State.
Why?
Because Drew Westmacher won the Burlsworth Award, which is what I want to win this year, and that's my goal. So that game's personal for me, and yeah, so I'd say Oklahoma State.
I love that, man.
Yeah, and same with Georgia Tech. We lost,
right?
Last year, and we had it. And we let it out of our grasp. So,
sure.
That one as well. But, I'm personally just looking forward to Oklahoma State.
Kind of on that, a lot of turnover for you guys this offseason, right? A lot of new players in and out.
Yep.
But you were obviously here just being so close in that game. The 3 turnovers, only 3 points off those turnovers, losing it kind of like last second in the fourth quarter. Like, Have you been kind of preaching that to some of the new guys to make sure they understand how important this game is, just to obviously first game of the season, but also kind of get your lick back from last year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got so many new guys that it's kind of a different feeling, but I think just everyone understanding the fact that, like, you got to win the first game. It's a huge momentum swing, and especially against a good team like Georgia Tech,
Yeah.
You go down to Atlanta and you beat a team like that, like the momentum that it gives you and the confidence as a team is, you can't get there from anywhere else. So I think that's the biggest thing that we've had to understand, as a team. So.
All right, Naeten Mitchell. Safety. Coach Prime just gave you guys a lot of praise here on the podium, man.
Really?
Said you guys are all pros in that secondary. And we've seen a couple practices. Y'all are out there and flying around making plays, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What's it been like just settling in with this defense, getting to know your teammates the first couple weeks of camp?
No, it's been great. This past 7 months has been big on, building relationships and understanding the person next to you. And I feel like we've done a really good job at that. And I feel like we've came up a long way. We came in, a lot of new faces, a lot of new people. And I feel like, everybody bought in. We've been learning the scheme, learning play calls. So, it's been good. As you can tell, we've been playing fast. And, I'm excited.
Yeah. What was it like going back to camp last week, going back to the Springs and being in the dorms and all that stuff, man?
It was awesome. It was a great experience. Being able to stay in the dorms with your teammates, you really get to understand and, room across from each other. Just like in freshman year of in college, that's what it took me back to, sleeping on the bed and, just being next to my teammates, being able to talk. And, yeah, it was awesome.
Love that, man. Is there a game you're looking forward to the most this year?
First game, I try to go 1-0 every day. So I think just that first game is what I'm looking forward to is Atlanta. It's big lights, a lot of people. I'm excited. I can't wait.
They're talking a little crazy out there. I don't know if you've seen some of that. Just what's your reaction when you see people saying, calling the team small, all this crazy stuff this offseason?
Yeah, hey, like Marius said, you're going to have to see it at some point. Like, you
pull up, right?
Yeah, pull up. You're going to have to see it at some point. You can say we small, whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, we're going to be on the field with each other. So, I can't say too much about, what they got going on, what they saying, or what the media's saying, All I can do is come in every day and, work my tail off.
Love that. I don't know if I've asked you this yet, but is there a player that you model your game after, someone who you try and take pieces of, maybe to just apply to yours?
Yeah, for sure. Growing up, it was always Tyrone Matthew, Honey Badger, just the way he plays the game, where he came from, his size, everything that he did when he was, coming up in college. That's what I look forward to. And then Buda Baker was a big player for me, his versatility in the game. He's a smaller DB. I try to model my game off after smaller DBs because, I can't really compare myself to bigger DBs or anything like that. So I think just, Buda Baker, the way he plays the game and just the passion he has for the game.
I love that, man. That dude is shot out of a cannon when he comes downhill.
Yeah, that's the way I try to play too.
I know that. I know
you'll see a little bit this year for sure.
No doubt, bro. No doubt. All right, I got Jason Stokes Jr. here, Liona Lefau as well. Fellas, back in Colorado, but I want to ask you about last week, going back to camp, being in the dorms. How is, what was that experience like, kind of maybe going back to freshman year of college or whatever it may have been?
It was an experience. I think we learned a lot about our team. We came together for sure, like as a brotherhood, and I think we really learned how to play for each other and with each other.
Yeah, it was awesome just being able to camp out, spend every hour of the day with your brothers. You really get to know them better. You really get to learn who they are, not only as a football player but also as a person. Mm-hmm. And then we also we were rooming together within our position group, which was great because it just builds the trust that we have. Yeah, that we can carry out into the field. So it was awesome.
Love that. We're only about 3 weeks away from Georgia Tech, going down to Atlanta. I'm curious for both of y'all though, what is the game you were looking forward to the most this season? We'll start with you, Jason.
I would say the Georgia Tech game. I take one game at a time. So I feel like we come out, we get the win. Georgia Tech, we set the tone for this season. We show people that we're really here. We really can play.
Yeah, no, I agree with him for sure. The first game, that's always the game you always got to have scheduled. Is always going to be the next game. So I'll say the Georgia Tech game.
Both of your guys' rooms just got some praise from Coach Prime before y'all came in here. He said, linebacker room might be the best overall on the team. He said your guys' room is full of pros. What is it like when you guys hear Coach Prime say that? Obviously last year Colorado, they struggled on defense. What is it, the mission for y'all to come in and try and help turn that around?
The mission for us in the cornerback room is to be the greatest in the country, the best in the country. So I feel like hearing that from Prime gives a lot of us confidence that we can go out here and we can play with the top of the receivers in the country, and we can really show that we're the best DB group in the country.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to get better each and every day. I mean, our position group, we've came a long way. We've grown together. We have a lot of players that weren't here last year that we came in at the same time, and we had to find a way to glue together and to play together, and then just doing our best to lead the defense and bring everyone along. A great linebacker room is nothing without a great D-line room or a great safety or corner room. So, just trying to be as good as we can as a unit.
We'll start with you this time, Leon. Who is the player or players that you try and, maybe model your game after, steal some things, try to apply to your own?
I would say for sure Henry Toto. He plays linebacker at the Houston Texans.
Yeah. Great player.
Mainly because that's like basically my older cousin. I was just with him over the off season, and he's been giving me a lot of tips and clues on how to see things better, or how to play different blocks better. Different reads are key. So for sure, Henry Toto.
Jason, who you try and model your game after?
I actually grew up as a huge Deion fan, so
okay.
I was always watching film on Deion, but now in today's game, I really look up to Pat Surtain, Derek Stingley, and Sauce Gardner. I try to model my game like them. Tall, lengthy corners, got speed, who are aggressive, come down, can play the run, really do whatever the team needs them to do.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been to Colorado before joining the football team? And if so, or if not, what has been your impression of, being in this beautiful state, really?
I've never been to Colorado until I came on my official visit, which was this year. So it's been, it's been a unique experience. I really enjoy the mountains. I really enjoy how much things there is to do outdoors. Just coming from Hawaii, I basically grew up outdoors. So, being able to experience different things, go on hikes and go to the lake or whatever, it's been awesome.
I mean, Utah ain't that far. How different is it, though, for you?
It's really not that different. I mean, the mountains, like outside, mountains are cool. Got the same type of mountains. I like the Flatiron Mountains out here, though.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've actually came out here a lot when I was younger. So coming to a place like Boulder where I've visited before, noticed, familiar a little bit, it makes me comfortable.
Love that. And then last one, really, what is your guys' big goals for this season, either personal or team, or both of them, really?
Win as many games as we can, be the best team we can be, and show everybody that we're here.
Love that.
For sure, win.
Yeah.
Win the next game. I just love to win. I love to compete, and it's always special when you get to do it with the people that you love, the people that you've put in so much hard work and tears and sweat and all that kind of stuff throughout the whole year. Just winning, it's a different feeling when you get to do it with your brothers.
All right, we got a couple of rapid fire questions, if you guys don't mind. You ready? We'll start with you, Jason. Which player has taken the biggest leap forward this offseason?
Unbiasedly, I would say myself. I think I changed my mindset, and I've taken the right steps forward to be the player I want to be.
That sounds like a corner that plays for Coach Prime, man,
Yes,
with
sir.
that confidence. I love it. Leon, what's the player who's taken the biggest leap forward this offseason?
I would say Rodney Cullen, the young linebacker. He, coming out in the spring, he could say it himself too. He was a little lost. We knew the potential that he had. So, players, coaches were hard on him throughout the summer, throughout the spring as well. And then, he came out during the fall camp firing. You could tell he's been in his playbook, and, he's ready to go.
If you had to pick a walk-up song, what song are you picking?
I only listen to reggae.
Okay.
I only listen to reggae, so I listen to island reggae or whatever kind of reggae there is. So I would say any song by Fiji.
All right.
Fiji's an artist from my hometown. So, yeah.
That your favorite, reggae artist, Fiji?
Yeah, for sure.
You got a song for me? Recommendation?
So you can listen. You can put it on shuffle.
Yeah?
He only has good songs.
All right, I love that. Same for you, Jason. If you had to pick a walk-up song, what you picking?
I would say the new song Young Age just dropped, Flow State.
Okay.
That song gets me in the right mindset to go out there and do the job.
Let's go. Would either of you be willing to show me your touchdown dance right now?
You got it.
He got it.
Either? No, you're gonna keep it for under wraps for when you're taking one back to the house then?
I scored 1 touchdown in my career, and I was too tired to celebrate. So
I got a little celly like the corners we do. We do our little handshake. And
Hey, there it is.
you feel me? Other than that, nothing really.
Coach Marv likes to talk about violence a lot. Who's the most violent player on the team?
I gotta give it to my boy Bray, 26. He can come down and he's a headhunter.
Bad intentions.
Bad
huh?
intentions.
Leongo, who is the
Yeah.
most violent player on the team?
I feel like there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them on the defense. There's some dogs on the offense as well. So yeah,
What was
I don't know if I
the
can give it to a single person.
What was the question from
Fastest.
Who's the fastest player on the team?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I say myself.
I love that.
I say myself.
Hell yeah. Do you have a question for the next player that I'll be talking to?
What's y'all's favorite food?
All right.